This is the Yes We Canada podcast, the Progressive's Guide to Getting the Fuck Out. This episode, Pod Help Us.
Hello, Mio Adilman here in Toronto. Matt's on assignment in the U.S. today, but we've got a huge get on the show today. The big guy. Yeah, that's right. God.
Mio. Thanks for having me. I'm really delighted to be here.
God, I appreciate you doing the podcast. I'm sure you've had a lot of offers for appearances. Mm-hmm. You know, like it must be just one thing after the other. Your PR people must just be going completely crazy.
Nuts. It's crazy, I gotta tell you. Every day I wake up and they takes them half an hour to go through all the requests. Mostly I say no.
The makeup and all of the, all of the dressing and all that sort of stuff. I can only imagine that you're up there. No?
No makeup, no wardrobe, you got the white sheet. No, I don't need the wardrobe. It's just a white sheet. The sheet works for eternity. I don't have to think about it. It's white. Unless I get a little food on it, and sometimes I get a little food.
Okay. God, I'm not even sure where to start. Twitter, Trump's run for 2024, the special prosecutor, the midterms, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Mio, I agree. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, but Marjorie Taylor, I cannot resist. Did you hear when she talked about Nancy Pelosi's gazpacho police? Did you hear it?
Not only do we have the D.C. jail, which is the D.C. gulag, but now we have Nancy Pelosi's gazpacho police spying on members of Congress, spying on the legislative work that we do.
Yes, I heard that. Yes, absolutely.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, she is my responsibility. I am God. I created it.
You
I created them all.
On the what day did you create her?
I think it was a Sunday. I can't remember. I don't usually work Sundays, but something happened. She came out. It's not so good. Anyway, all I gotta say about Marjorie Taylor Greene is this: if you are an adult woman in the United States of America and you don't know the difference between gazpacho and Gestapo, that is a big problem. That is a problem.
Well, okay, I hear it's a problem for you, God. It's a problem for us. But can we get back to the program here? I guess we'll start with the presidential race for the White House. I've been hearing a lot of people on the religious right hoping that you might throw your hat into the ring and run for president.
No. There's been a lot of pressure. This whole thing, one nation under God. But I gotta tell you, the other gods, it's not just me up there, right? There's other gods. There's Mohammed. We call him Mo. There's Vishnu, there's Rebecca. There's a lot of gods.
Wait a second. Rebecca?
Yeah,
I've never heard of a god called Rebecca before.
Yeah, Rebecca, she's the god of women. Wonderful, wonderful woman. Very compassionate. Actually, she's smarter than the men gods. But let me tell you, Mio, you leave a dish in the sink and good Lord.
Well, that God is short for good orderly direction. So maybe that's
I didn't know that.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I taught God something today.
Good orderly direction.
Score one for me.
I never heard that before.
Okay, listen.
I got a T-shirt. Hang on, I'm going to get some T-shirts made.
I know you're really, really busy. Let's dive into a serious look at the Republican field for the presidency. Okay, do you want to do that?
Good. I love the lightning rounds. I love lightning. I love lightning. I like thunder, but I love lightning. Shoot.
Let's do the lightning round. Start the clock now. Ted Cruz.
Okay. I'm just gonna say a couple of things here.
Okay.
Imagine your whole state is in the worst power outage of its history.
Yep.
Right? You're the senator for the state. People are freezing to death.
Blackout. Total blackout.
Blackout.
Mm-hmm.
Total blackout. And what do? You leave your dog at home and you go to Mexico for a little vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, you come back, you blame your teenage daughter. I'm telling you, you should be disqualified.
Blame your teenage daughter for what?
For going to Mexico.
Oh, I see.
She just wanted to go to Mexico with her friends, so you went. You left everybody in your state who was in the blacked out. You left the dog at home, uncared for, and you went to Cozumel or Cancun or, I don't know, wherever. And then, and then what happened in Uvalde, you talk about, you say things like there's no gun problem, there's a door problem. No, I'm sorry, that's it. I cannot abide by that any longer.
I have a feeling that lightning might last longer in heaven because we're only one name into this. And with all respect, God, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I do think we need to keep this moving a little bit faster. I hope that's okay.
I'm sorry, Ted's a problem. Moving on.
He is. Maybe we shouldn't have started with Ted, but let's get to the next name. Mike Pompeo.
Oh, what a pompous ass. Pompeo, pompous. Next, come on, move on.
Donald J. Trump.
No president has had more impeachments. No president has had more insurrections. I gotta tell you, I think his next eye is gonna be an indictment.
Okay.
And when he gets indicted, that's gonna be a bigger problem.
That is a big problem when you're indicted.
It's a big problem.
That's a big problem. Yes, absolutely.
So I don't know about Trump. I don't think he's gonna survive. But you know, you have to ask yourself how bad a president he would be, because he's a terrible president, but he's so ineffective, he gets nothing done. So you gotta wonder, if he gets nothing done, is that a good thing if you're a Democrat?
Okay, how about Ron DeSantis?
Ronnie DeSanctimonious.
Yes.
I gotta tell you, Mio, I got ready for this. I knew this question was coming. I brought a clip. Chris, can you play the clip I brought?
Wait a second. You're on a first-name basis with our sound designer?
I'm God. I'm on a first-name basis with everybody. But, Chris, he did my new mnemonic.
Well, I don't even know what that means. Can you just tell me what a mnemonic is?
Like when you hear a commercial and there's a little what is it, like McDonald's? What is
a jingle? A jingle.
It's like a little jingle. It's like 3 seconds long.
Okay, let's, Chris, why don't we roll the tape?
But wait, don't you want to know about my mnemonic? Because, all these years, everybody thinks of God, big thunder and lightning.
Yeah.
I wanted something more contemporary. I'm going to play you my new mnemonic.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me if you like it. I think it's not flashy, but it's very contemporary, and I'm very, very excited about it.
As am I. I still don't know what a mnemonic is. However, let's roll the tape.
It's a little sound design. It's a little sound design.
Okay, let's do it. Let's go for it.
I gotta find it. Where did it go? Oh, for Christ's sake. Whoops. That's bad.
You can't say that name.
Nope. Hang on just 1 second. It's worth it. Believe me.
Okay, Chris, can you roll that mnemonic that God brought in, please? That's kind of catchy. I like that. God, you're kind of taking a more modern sort of spin with that one. Congratulations.
Oh my God, indeed. Yeah, it's good, huh? Very contemporary. We rebranded, and I'm very excited about it.
I agree.
It's kind of it's contemporary. It's much more contemporary. Okay, so let's run the DeSantis ad, because
so we're going to a DeSantis ad now.
When I heard this,
I mean, is that what you're saying?
I could not believe what I was hearing.
Who's running the show? You or me? I guess it's you.
That's right.
Chris, roll.
No, I bring my own clips. I bring my own clips. I know.
Okay.
I know it's not a normal behavior for a guest, but I've been around for eternity. I know how these things work very well.
You've been around for a long time. Chris, roll the DeSantis ad.
And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a protector. So God made a fighter. God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, kiss his family goodbye, travel thousands of miles for no other reason than to serve the people, to save their jobs, their livelihoods, their liberty, their happiness. So God made a fighter. God said, I need someone to be strong, advocate truth in the midst of hysteria, someone who challenges conventional wisdom and isn't afraid to defend what he knows to be right and just. So God made a fighter. God said, I need somebody who will take the arrows, stand firm in the wake of unrelenting attack, look a mother in the eyes and tell her that her child will be in school. She can keep her job, go to church, eat dinner with friends, and hold the hand of an aging parent taking their breath for the last time. So God made a fighter. God said, I need a family man. A man who would laugh and then sigh and then reply with smiling eyes when his daughter says she wants to spend her life doing what Dad does. So God made a fighter.
Wow. Oh my God. That's a lot to take in there.
Okay, wokey, everyone. I am God. I am not a political action committee. I'm a deity, for fuck's sakes. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying. I don't endorse. And if I did endorse, I can assure you the Republican Party has lost their way.
Wow, that's a major comment. Can we run that clip on the news services? Because I don't think I've ever heard you say that before.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, you should have compassion.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have compassion. When you put migrants who came to the United States because they were getting killed in their villages in Guatemala or in Mexico or in Costa Rica, and you put them on a plane and you send them to Cape Cod, that is not compassionate.
Okay.
Okay?
I agree. I mean, you're the one who could do something about this. Like hand of God sort of stuff. But like, let's leave it there for a moment. We still have some lightning round to take care of here.
Shoot.
Nikki Haley, Mike Pence, maybe Pence-Haley ticket, the two of them together.
Who's on top?
Do you need to ask? Absolutely, Nikki Haley.
That's funny, Mio. I like that. Now, there's a problem with the Haley-Pence ticket.
What's that?
Well, you know Mike Pence. He's a Christian.
Yeah.
A God-fearing. I'm God-fearing.
He fears you.
But he's a
fears
Christian.
You. He fears you, yeah.
He fears me.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what he fears more than me? He fears being in a room with a woman who is not his wife.
Oh, I see. This is a problem for that ticket. Absolutely.
Exactly. So you tell me how a presidency could function when the vice president and the president can't be in the same room together because it contravenes their religious beliefs.
Well, maybe you could lend them your white sheet, you know?
I still don't know who's on top.
I definitely think it's Haley. I mean, yeah. Have you seen her? Come on. Okay. Let's, now that we've done the Republicans, why don't we dive into a Democratic pool? Is Joe Biden going to run again?
Now, this is where I get a little bit wrathy. You know,
the wrath of God? Why?
Yeah,
Joe
I get a
Biden,
little
the
wrathy.
wrath of God. Okay, go on.
No, I'll tell you why, Mio, because it's very simple. Everybody says the same thing. The same thing. Is he too old? Is he too old? Is he too old? Look, when it comes to old, you don't get any older than me.
Right.
And I'm still running everything.
You're the president of everything, actually, yes.
I'm the president of everything.
Yeah.
So I don't think age has to enter into this. I've been working for an eternity. It's not going great, but I think it's going okay.
It's pretty good. I mean, I don't know anybody else who could do this job. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mio. I appreciate. That's one of the reasons why I came on your show.
Okay, well let's put Biden aside.
Very supportive.
Yeah, well,
You're very
yeah.
supportive.
Let's put Biden aside for the moment. We understand what the objections or the potential objections to him are.
Well, can I just jump in here one second? I just think when you go to Cambodia and make a speech, don't call the people of Cambodia Colombians.
Did he do that?
I start right there. I think if you're in Cambodia, the Cambodians, they're not Colombians.
They're absolutely not. You have to keep the two separated.
Good.
Okay.
Next.
Next.
What do we got?
Okay. So if it's not Biden, who's next in line?
Gavin Newsom. He's very handsome.
But when did being handsome become the only criteria to becoming the most powerful man in the world? The world, not the heavens.
Well, look, they elected a reality television star. So yeah, Newsom, handsome. It's got a nice ring to it. I can see a campaign button right now.
Michelle Obama. Everyone always talks about her as if it's hers for the asking. No one could stop her. That sort of thing. Just give her the job right now.
I think Michelle has had enough of that life.
Why?
I think she wants a more normal life, if you can call having 6 or 8 Secret Service people around you all the time, even in your private life, a normal life. Whatever. That's what she wants. She doesn't want the president.
What about your security detail? Who's guarding you?
I don't need any security detail, Mio. I'm God.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. What did you call it? God organized derision? What? What does it stand?
Good orderly direction.
Good orderly direction.
Yes.
I like that. I'm gonna have a T-shirt made. Okay. Okay. So what else he got here? Michelle Obama. She's not gonna do it. I think she'd be great. She's a very smart woman. I read her book. I really loved her book. But I got to tell you, at the end of the day, I'm very zen about it.
What do you mean Zen? I thought that was Buddhist.
Buddhist. Oh, we call him Buddy.
You call him?
Yeah.
You call the Buddha Buddy?
Yeah, you mean Buddy, right? The other gods, like the Vish and
Yeah.
Mo and Brahm, and we call him Buddy. Sometimes we call him Sid. But Mio,
Sid,
you
yeah.
should see him now. You'd be shocked. He's been doing paleo.
Really?
Yeah, he's got one ab now. He's trimmed right down. He looks fantastic.
Wow. Well, pay him my respects.
Yeah, he's very chill.
God, speaking of presidential elections, I want to go to Pennsylvania for a moment. State Senator Tony DeLuca was running for re-election in the Pennsylvania Senate, and 4 weeks before the election, he died.
Yeah, sorry about that, Tony.
I know. It was a terrible situation. Condolences to his family. But if there's a silver lining that you might know about, it's that he was elected anyway. So this is my question to you around voter security. I mean, were these real people voting for him? This was a dead candidate. Were the voters also dead?
No,
I don't understand
Mio,
how that works.
You cannot get that mixed up. Here's what happens. All the time the Republicans are always talking about dead people voting. So I thought I'd play with them a little bit. And instead of the dead people voting, I gave them a dead guy to vote for.
Oh, so you had something to do with this?
I have something to do with everything, Mio.
But I thought you said that Tony DeLuca was a good guy.
He was a great guy, but he was an old guy, I'm an old guy too, but, I got certain things going on. Anyway, the point of the matter is, I wanted to test the Americans to see if they were paying attention, and, as usual, they were not.
Okay, moving on. God, this has been sort of nagging at me for quite a while, not just during our conversation, but speaking of past presidential candidates, you do sound a lot like one of them, one in particular. Are you familiar with Bernie Sanders?
I thought you were going to say Nixon, thank God. Yeah, Bernie Sanders. I think the point there, Mio, is Bernie Sanders sounds a lot like God.
Sorry, yes.
I don't sound like Bernie Sanders. I specified that with Matt the last time I was on the show. He asked me the same stupid question.
Oh, sorry, God. Yes, oh my God, I shouldn't have. Please forgive me, God.
You're forgiven, Mio, but thank you very much. Your questions were very pertinent. I'm sorry I didn't say good question. I know you journalists love that when your guest says good question. But as God, I have certain restrictions on what I can and cannot say.
Okay, I got one last question, God, and again, I have to thank you for coming down to the studio. And this is a listener question, and I hope you don't mind. We haven't vetted it, but I hope it's going to be okay for you. We've been talking about the United States. We've been talking about the presidential election. As you know, the Canadians will be going into a general election at some point in the next couple of years.
I love the Canadians.
You love the Canadians.
I love those people.
So this is my question: Justin Trudeau, yes or no?
Well, I don't think he's done yet, and I think he's going to run again. The only thing that could stop him from running again is if he gets some big international post. God, maybe. That's a big international post.
Ambassador to the heavens or something like that?
Something like that. That bigger than the UN.
Okay, but when I said yes or no, I mean...
He's good looking.
He's handsome like Gavin Newsom.
I don't like the socks, though. Why do you have the girly boy socks all the time? Those look stupid.
Who would win in a general election in any country, Gavin Newsom or Justin Trudeau?
Oh, Trudeau would win, definitely. Yeah, definitely. He's much more handsome.
Okay, so he's better looking. He's younger. He's in better shape.
Absolutely.
I totally agree with you, God. I have a few things that I wanted to ask you about that don't really have anything to do with politics. But since we don't get to talk every day, I was just wondering, would that be okay?
Yeah, but Mio, if I could just say, we don't get to talk every day. Would it kill you to pray a little bit more?
Well, I pray for the next topic, so believe me, okay?
Okay, shoot.
Okay, why aren't the Jews allowed to eat shellfish?
Oh, that's easy. I got to tell you, this is a problem.
Uh-huh.
What happened was, the red tide. Have you heard of the red tide?
I do. I've heard of the red tide.
It's
Absolutely.
like when there's a little bacteria in the water. It happens sometimes, whatever. So, there was a red tide.
Okay.
I told Moses, I said, Moses, tell the Jews not to eat seafood this week. So, Moses tells the Jews, don't eat seafood this week. The Jews are so busy, So one Jew says to the other Jew, he says, don't eat seafood. Moses said, don't eat seafood. They forgot that this week.
They're bad with time, those Jews, aren't they?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's a lot of good shrimp dinners they've missed. And the lobster, unbelievable. One of the greatest creations I've ever made.
I know.
The lobster.
I know. They're so bad with time. Like, they can never figure out when Hanukkah is every year. It's a different day every year. So I can understand why, if you had told Moses 1 week and then they forgot the 1 week, it makes total sense to me.
The thing about it is, it's the 25th is Christmas, right?
Yeah.
On the 25th, you have Christmas. Hanukkah moves around. I can't even keep track of it.
It's unbelievable. They should just make it the same day. Okay, God.
Whatever.
Eloheinu. Okay. God, I want to thank you so much for coming down to the studios. Not only did you take part in this, but you also you made the trip down all the way from, 50,000 feet up in the air to join us down in the studio.
Mio, thank you so much for having me on the show. I look forward to it again.
Okay.
In fact, I got to tell you, I appreciate this show a lot more when you're hosting and not that other putz.
Thank you so much. I just want you to know that you're doing a great job. I know everyone I talk to thinks the same thing.
Stop sucking up, Mio. I've had enough of that crap from you. Come on.
Okay.
You're sucking up. What do you want? Are you looking for something?
I wouldn't mind some more longevity, okay? That would be...
Longevity?
Yes.
Mio, I got to tell you, I've got a lot of faith in you. I've been working with you for many years.
Yes.
You're going to be around for a long time. You're going to prosper. Just keep loving me.
Okay, I will. And pray more, as you said.
If you could just a few times a week sit down, think about it, say something nice, it wouldn't hurt.
Okay, God, thank you so much for coming down. We are now going to...
God, thank you. God, thank you. God, thank you. Nice ring to that.
We're going to... Well, that's a prayer too, isn't it? To everybody else out there, this episode of Yes We Canada was produced with apologies to and enormous respect for Mel Brooks and Carl Reiner. Thanks for listening.
I love those guys. Thanks, Mio.
Yes.
See ya.
Thanks, God.